Okay, live on a Tuesday, which also happens to be the eve of the third test match between India and Australia. And what do we do on the eve of a test match? We pick our 11, supposed 11,
We also
the
pick the
teams.
India 11.
11.
And then we pick
No,
the actual
our
11.
India
11
11.
and what the actual 11 will be, no?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Our 11, as in what we think will be the 11, and what we think is India going to play. That 11. And also viewers 11 and all other 11s. But talking about 11s, it's also a lot of big news happened. I mean, the day started with such an exciting test match.
Yeah.
One of the most exciting games that I've seen. So what is it that are your thoughts from that game? What did you, I mean, I have a thought or two.
If you play
Everyone.
test cricket on good pitches with equal help for the fast bowlers, spinners and the batsmen, test cricket will always remain alive. If you play test cricket just for the sake of winning games, like India is doing, you may have instances of a few brilliant performances, but once the series gets over, you'll forget the test matches. You just remember the result.
That's true. So it's a direct attack on how India
Why
is.
is it that whenever
India is
India go to
preparing
England
pitches.
or they go to Australia, we remember those test matches. Those are good wins against good sides on very good pitches.
And it has equal assistance for, let's say, batsmen, bowlers. Everyone can get something out of it if they so please.
Goes to day 4, day 5 is what you're
One of the most
saying.
famous test matches that we played in the last 40-50 years is the Kolkata 2001 test match.
Yeah.
If you go back in time and look at the highlights, it was one of the best Indian pitches ever. And even the next test match in Chepauk, again was played on a very, very good wicket.
Yeah.
To begin with, good for batting. And on the 4th and the 5th day, the spinners started to get some help. 5th day, of course, when you play in India, you will get a lot of purchase. But it was a very, very good pitch to play on.
But Indians would be saying that we can bat one day on this pitch. If the opposition can also bat one day, that is 4 days. We bat one day, they bat one day, then you bat one day. 4 days, you go to 4.5. It's a problem of the opposition that cannot last.
I am just talking about test cricket.
Yeah.
Vis-a-vis the test match that we saw at Basin Reserve today.
Yeah. No, I'm saying they can say
So
that here also it can be 4-day test matches, 5 days, exciting finish, close finish, everything. So long as the opposition learn how to bat on spin-friendly conditions.
I think you're asking for a lot. You're actually asking for a lot for the opposition to bat well on pitches where even the Indian batsmen are not able to.
But they're batting one day on some occasions.
But still, I mean, I don't know.
Achha, my one takeaway is that imagine such an exciting series and you're only getting to see 2 test matches, like no third test match. Like 1 all.
Yeah.
Both teams have won. You have seen
It's
this.
always been
But
like
why?
that.
Why do visiting teams shortchange New Zealand? Ki, okay, we have to reciprocate, so we have to go to New Zealand. Let's quickly play 2 test matches and be done with the
Actually,
series.
in this case
Come on.
also, it also doesn't have that there's no relevance to the WTC whatsoever. It's outside of the cycle. So
That is also sad, yeah. WTC format also should be needs to looked at so that every game that is played has some relevance.
Correct? Yeah, rather than the percentage points thing.
Rahul is joining us. Is it cloudy? Do we see clouds or Rahul?
No.
No clouds. He's still in Hotel Surya, so he hasn't moved to Lemon Tree or wherever else he had said. And today Hotel Surya has some Surya on the light also, which is coming on him slightly better.
That is artificial light. I've made some arrangements. I hope
Ring light?
they last long enough. No.
But why did you not carry ring light?
Yeah, that's my question to you.
We always carry. That's our savior. In Australia, wherever, sometime in the night, just turn on the ring light. It's a magical light. Earlier, we used to have these cumbersome lights and heavy lights with battery which would get over. This ring light is amazing. Yes. So
So before
So
beginning,
I've got 2 phones. One phone, I'm live with you on one phone, and the other phone I'm using as a ring light.
He's using that torch.
I hope you're not said this on air. Because now questions will be asked of you.
He did say that.
Why did you not carry the other light? If you're making temporary arrangements, you were sent there well in advance. You should have prepared well.
He's using the torch of the other phone as the light. Come on, yeah. Such a big network, big channel you're part of. Now, can we not?
So basically, what we usually do is from the broadcast department, we ask for a mojo unit, and they give us a bag. Whatever is there in that bag, we carry it.
Okay. But you know what? You can always ask for a ring light. They're such nice, good people. I always ask for ring light, and I'm given one.
By
such
the way,
nice,
you must
bright.
congratulate Sumedh
Bhatwadekar, you're saying?
Bhatwadekar.
Sumedh Bhatwadekar.
Why? Because he's got the first salary of his life today.
Well done,
Must
yaar.
have started working
Sumedh,
now.
Wow.
First salary in 40 rupees.
he has sent
Sent
super
to us,
chat.
yeah.
That's Shagun he's sent us.
I know.
Lovely, yaar. I hope you make millions as you go along in your career. You keep rising. Lots of salaries. Eventually, you reach a position where you would be giving out people salaries, I hope. So, all the best and thank you for joining us. But talking about that test match, one thing I wanted to speak out that baseball, everyone keeps talking about. Today, I think baseball is what lost them the game.
When I looked at the scorecard, when I got to know about the match, when I got that notification, my first instinct was, let me first have a look at the scorecard and see whether England made a match out of it, or were New Zealand just too good on the day. What was it like? Then I checked out the strike rates of batsmen. What mindset?
No, strike rate will give you a wrong picture.
But what? I just want to understand what mindset England went
No,
in
so the
with.
strike rate will tell you that Ben Stokes was not playing baseball, but he got out trying to play that baseball. If you look at his
Yes,
shot, I know that he was
short ball,
injured.
yeah.
Yeah.
Bad shot.
think
Same
he just
with
went for it knowing he was
same
injured.
with Joe Root.
See, if you play this brand
Same,
of cricket,
same
you
with
will
Joe.
lose a few.
But you would have won this game.
No, but see,
But
there is a
Nikhil, I'll tell you.
Poor shots, both poor shots. Just
but-
living up to that high
But you know
for
what? Since they've been playing like that. So at times, mostly in fact, if you look at stats, just look at how many times have teams scored in excess of 258 in the fourth innings to win a test match in New Zealand. Not too many.
And I'll say one thing also, if Harry Brook doesn't get run out without
out,
facing
yes.
a ball,
No,
they're
but
winning
that's
this
okay.
test match.
That's part of the game. I'm saying things that are in your control. Okay, bad runouts can happen. It happens to everyone. Your best batsman can get a run out. But when you're in a position to win, you're so close. They had such a great partnership. 50-odd run shot, both playing that shot back to back. That's hard.
So Raj Verma has a question. So he's telling me, Vikrant Gupta, you've always said to implement follow-on. Did you see the result of New Zealand versus England today? Yes, and I would also want to know from you, how many test matches have teams lost recently while having enforced the follow-on?
In history, they've only won 4.
See, ever since the Kolkata 2001 test match,
Yeah.
captains are actually wary of not enforcing the
it,
follow-on.
yeah.
But those who have, so I would also want to know from you, Raj Verma ji, how many times have they lost? Today they lost, fine. India won the Kolkata test match as well. I think, when did I say this? I said this when India were playing a hapless Bangladesh in the first test match, wherein there was no game left, and then KL Rahul, because he wanted to bat in the second innings, said,
Didn't
"Ki
impose
nahi
the
ji nahi,
follow-on.
we will bat again," which actually served no
No
purpose.
purpose. Correct.
So there are times when you have to look at your bowling. How many overs have they bowled in the first innings?
Yeah.
Are they tired? Are they not tired? You have to look at the match conditions. You have to look at the pitch conditions. Mostly, if I were the captain, more often than not, I will enforce the follow-on wherever it is possible.
Acha, one thing I wanted to ask, because we've already done a video, it's one of the most exciting test match of our most exciting test matches that we've watched. That video is already done. It will be up on Sports Today right after the dugout is over. So the most exciting test that we have ever seen, whether on TV, live, wherever. But Rahul, because he's traveling, he's not part of that video, but he can tell us now. What is the most exciting test match that you have seen? We've picked our one, and please don't start with like this one also, that one also, 5, 6, 9. To pick just one, your most exciting finish test match that you can remember?
In the recent past, I'll go with the Headingley Test, Ben Stokes.
Shane has gone with the same one.
I went for that one.
You know, it doesn't have to be recent past. It could be anyone. In the history, most exciting finish.
Yeah, the ones that I have seen, I would say even the Chennai Test, where India, lost to Pakistan.
Yeah,
Tendulkar got 100.
99.
So, but I'll still I'll still go with Headingley Test. It was very, very exciting, but this was right up there. Although still I would go with Headingley.
But I because even Shane picked that and even Rahul is picking that, I think was still, forget about all-time greatest finish. It was still the second best finish of that year. Forget all-time. In that year itself, it finishes second behind Sri Lanka.
I know you're
South
talking
Africa.
about the South Africa and Sri Lanka.
Yeah, Sri Lanka, South Africa in Durban. Just because England did it, it was headlines. Ben Stokes did it. Everyone remembers Headingley.
Poor Kusal Pereira gets
But this is his choice. So Rahul's picked the Headingley 2019, which is his most exciting test match. You can also send in your comments and let us know. But as I said, we've also picked ours. That video is going to be up very soon. We are going back to finding out, will this test match be exciting or not? So for the latest, maybe Rahul can tell us, has anything changed in the pitch? What happened in the practice today? And the biggest question of them all, at 9:01, if India has won the toss and they are batting first, who comes out at 9:31 or 9:30?
9:29.
Yeah.
29.
They'll start walking out 9:28.
I don't know, going by the precedent, usually what happens is on the eve of the test match, as always, these days, it's the optional practice. And usually those who are not in the 11, they feature in that optional practice session. So today what happened, only two players who've played a test match in this series so far, you can also include Suryakumar Yadav, though he may not feature in the 11 again because Shreyas Iyer played that second test match. So if you can count, there were just two people, Rohit Sharma and Shreyas Iyer. They had their reasons why they came out to practice today, because they came to Indore only yesterday in the morning after attending that Shardul Thakur's wedding function. And so they wanted a bit of practice, because after the Delhi test match got over in inside 3 days, so everybody, the entire team, they went to their respective places, and then they had to assemble here in Indore. Rohit Sharma and Shreyas Iyer couldn't come, so they joined late. They had a couple of, in fact, 2-3 practice sessions here since yesterday. So going by that, you can always say that Rahul can play. But I don't know. I saw something in Shubman Gill as if he was telling something to everybody. Maybe to Rahul Dravid, maybe to Rohit Sharma, that I want to play tomorrow and I am desperate. Look at me. If you didn't notice me on this particular net, come and watch me on that particular net. If you haven't seen me on that particular net, come and come to the indoors one. So and today also, he started with Rohit Sharma early in the morning at around 9:30, 9:45. Then both of them, they were done with their practice session, and Ishan Kishan and Suryakumar Yadav joined, took over in that net. So, and where did Shubman Gill go? Shubman Gill went to the other nets, where the Australians usually practice. And there, Vikram Rathore was also there, Rahul Dravid was also there. They discussed a few specifics. Then he was using that sweep shots pretty often. I think that was something that they wanted him to try a lot. Shubman Gill tried those reverse sweeps also. Even Rohit Sharma tried a few of those reverse sweeps. So Shubman Gill basically is saying, boss, please consider me. I am doing everything in my might that I can. Please.
No, but tell us what is happening tomorrow. Whatever Shubman is saying, I mean, not by words, obviously he means by his action, but what is happening? What is your 11 and what is the Indian 11? What is India going?
I'm going with Shubman.
And what will India play?
Maybe KL.
So you want Shubman to play, but India will play KL.
I think it's time. I think it's time that Shubman will have to feature.
No, but that is your choice, or what is India playing? You tell us.
No, it's not my choice, because you see, with Rahul Dravid, he keeps his cards very close to his chest, and I think it's a routine now that the 11 will not be revealed, and Rohit Sharma has said that we want to keep it interesting, just like everybody will let you know at 9 a.m. tomorrow. But I think Shubman. My guess is Shubman.
Okay, his guess is Shubman. Let's go around the room and ask everyone who's
Shubman
playing.
deserves to play.
No, but who's playing? I want to know.
I think going by the press conference today where Rahul asked Rohit about the vice captaincy bit, and he said, that can never be the yardstick to decide if someone is playing in the 11 or not. I still have a feeling that they possibly want Rahul to play.
So you're saying KL Rahul is playing?
No, I'm saying they may still be wanting to
Yeah,
play.
but I'm saying 9:31. If India batting, who is coming out according to you?
Ideally,
Or who's getting out?
Shubman Gill and Rohit Sharma. But if I still keep connecting the dots, I think it will be Rohit and KL.
No, not ideally. What do you think is happening? Tell us.
Yaar, come on.
You're saying I think I want. No,
What
no,
is happening? Nobody will know what's happening. But
Your
I have a
educated
feeling
guess.
that the
There were times when you
of
used
the
to know.
team management is KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma.
Okay, so KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma is what he is saying. Yes.
I have a feeling it will be Shubman tomorrow. Given whatever we've been able to gauge of those practice sessions, and also I don't expect this team management to be extremely vocal and very clear in saying, okay, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. The backing, of course, by words and by actions we've been witness to.
But the word he said today doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything, but he again said the same thing which he did a week back, which is we will back players with potential. So he said that today also, and I don't expect that,
So potential is, who is he talking about? KL Rahul or?
KL.
He's talking
So
about
you're
KL.
saying KL is playing?
No, I'm saying Shubman because I don't expect in a week's time for the terminology to have changed. So that I'm not surprised with the press conference or the nature of
What
the
he
press
said.
conference. But I think because it will never be said out loud, I think it will be Shubman Gill tomorrow.
Same. I don't see how KL Rahul plays tomorrow.
No, but that is what you want to see. What is the team management doing?
I think they'll bite the bullet.
You
and they'll
didn't
go
want
with-
KL to play the first test match only.
I was okay giving him till the second test. In all fairness.
But Acha,
He didn't want KL to play the Bangladesh test series also.
so I tell you, till now I had been saying Shubman Gill will play. In fact, right after that vice captaincy thing had been changed, I went that third test match, come what may, Shubman Gill will play. I was convinced that will happen. But today I'm beginning to think that KL Rahul will play, and that's got nothing to do with what was said in the press conference. That has got to do with one totka that I
With
have.
the optional practice.
Oh yes, which I always
Optional
see
practice?
optional practice.
I agree.
Whoever comes a day
I agree.
before to practice, whoever exception is of course Shreyas Iyer and Rohit Sharma because they
For
were not
obvious
there
reasons.
because they were for the wedding. Had they attended yesterday's practice session, they would have also skipped. So anyone who comes on an optional practice session, 9 times out of 10 he ain't playing on the game. The ones who don't come are the ones who usually play. If that trend continues, then it is KL Rahul who comes out to bat.
See, ultimately, I'll tell you what. Now, we look at it maybe from a different perspective. The ideal 11 should play, somebody who deserves should be in the 11. And we all know that Shubman Gill deserves to be in the
Yes.
11. And KL Rahul is going through a horrible time. But the thinking of the team management could be a bit different. For them, the considerations could be different in the sense that, we've backed KL Rahul for such a long time. He's led the Indian team in test matches. Can we abandon him too soon? For them, it could be too soon.
But what is too soon is
No,
what
he
I
just
want
led
to
the
know.
Indian team in Bangladesh. So I'm just talking about them. I am clear in my mind that Shubman Gill deserves to play. But the moment they look at the test match, they look at Australia, they look at their own self, and when you realize that ultimately it may not have any impact on the result of the game. That is why they may still have KL Rahul as their preference.
But when this series started, we all agreed that time is running out, but it's too early, okay? And that he should be given a fair run. But everyone kind of agreed that that should be the two test matches. Now the 2 test matches are over. How is it that suddenly that goalpost has changed, that let's make the 2 test matches 3 test matches? Or it becomes 4?
I have
don't
a
know.
feeling
Why?
if KL Rahul wasn't playing tomorrow, he would have come for practice today.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The practice thing, though, I'm fully in agreement. Anyone who comes.
I also am of the view that if he's playing tomorrow, even then,
he should have.
come and
Absolutely.
practice.
I agree.
Absolutely.
No, that I agree. But
I don't
the
know
trend.
this logic
Of optional
not,
practices.
of not practicing a day before the test or a one day or a T20.
No,
I
you do
agree.
meditation and you focus
Come on.
and do shadow, you visualization.
Does
all
not
of that
matter
happens.
at all.
All of that.
What I'm also thinking is when you think about these 2 test matches, Border Gavaskar trophies, for now it's with India and you've retained the series, but you're also, besides these 2 matches, you're also looking ahead to the World Test Championship
No,
final.
they are
also.
not wanting to lose the test match, yeah.
No, you're not. But I'm saying, like you said, because KL Rahul's inclusion will not really alter the results of the next 2 matches.
Because of the way Australia have been
Sure,
playing
sure.
and the conditions.
But then you're, let's say, looking forward to the World Test Championship final in that case.
Though they
If
will.
you are, would you not want to give a sustained
No,
or
no,
some
no.
sort of match practice
Yeah,
to Shubman Gill?
we are all also assuming that if KL Rahul plays, he will fail.
No, but
Maybe-
but
maybe
him
he's
getting
not so
runs,
poor.
but him getting runs may also not augur well, because then if he has
Then
a
he
long
has
run,
gets a longer run.
Suppose he gets
Exactly.
runs, he'll play in the WTC.
And what will the team management achieve? Even if KL Rahul gets a big score here, what will the team management achieve? Will they say, see, this is what we are talking about.
Of course,
This is
that's
why
what
we
they will
persisted
say,
with
yeah.
somebody
That
like
is
KL Rahul,
exactly
a
what
man
they
with
will
great potential.
Of course.
So, after all, at the end of the day, you gave him so many test matches. You gave him a dozen test matches, and he did nothing. A highest score of 23, an average, a below par average of 33, and in the last couple of years, averaging 27, way below par. So, KL Rahul, and at times what I have realized is, the more you say the team management should not do this, the team management will do exactly the same thing. So, and it has happened not just with this team management,
Yeah,
it has happened with the other previous regimes as well.
no, that is what I asked yesterday. Sometimes does it become an ego thing that because the entire world is saying on social media and journalists and
No, I
everyone
don't
is writing that KL should be out, sometimes the team management says that, you know what, no. It's happened before, huh? It's happened before, and for many that no, we will stick to what we believed in, and this is because sometimes what happens, it takes away from very fair judgment also. Then as soon as you start terming it as outside noise, then what happens, even if you have an inclination to drop someone, you say nahi, outside noise. We are not going to pay heed to what they are saying because they don't wish well for us or Indian cricket. They're always critical, they're always criticizing. Social media is like that, all negativity. So when you start seeing like that, so even if under normal circumstances you would have dropped, as soon as you see this saying no, this is the wrong thing, so let's prove that this outside noise we are not influenced by, so we will not go.
It's a weird double-edged sword in some ways because A, you're shooting yourself in the foot. It's cutting your nose to spite your face, to use an old terminology. And 2, they had no problem moving on from him as a captain from white ball cricket, quietly so, but it's happened. You're seeing Hardik as a future leader in at least T20.
No, but those
I
are
think
results
that's
forced.
a different.
Yeah.
It's a different format. I think you're wanting to change the way you play that format. So that is why you. Maybe
No, but then KL was seen as like aggressive.
No, but
this,
but,
that.
but of late.
For the past 2-3 years, yes.
He'd
No,
fallen
not really.
flat. Again, Rahul, what do we expect from the indoor pitch? Any different from what we've seen so far?
Not at all. Not at all. Just that, in Delhi, the bounce was low. Here, you would expect true bounce. In fact, yesterday, I think I mentioned it here also. Yesterday, how Virat Kohli was trying to explain to Pujara that how you need to counter the extra bounce that will be on offer here in Indore. So that's That's all about it. Wicket is dry as expected. Rahul Dravid met the ground staff today. In fact, immediately as soon as he entered the stadium, went straight to the wicket, met the ground staff, met the curator, gave him a few instructions, called him to see the practice pitches as well, was showing him a few spots. Maybe that is how he wanted the main pitch also. And thereafter, I saw a couple of gentlemen, members of the support staff or the ground staff, giving a light roll on the wicket. So it's going to be dry. But I still believe, because this is the indoor wicket, I still believe that there will be something, at least on day one, for the batters. Batters will get runs, but provided they apply themselves. And as far as Rahul Dravid is concerned, while all of us in the media were speculating when we got to know that the third test match might be shifted from Dharamshala to some other venue, and BCCI has shortlisted a few venues. Well, Rahul Dravid, he knew it on 24th of January when India came here to play that last ODI, that they will play the third test match here in Indore. He had decided. It was his call.
How did he know that? How did he know?
Sorry?
How did he know that?
Who?
Rahul Dravid.
That
they would play
The third test match will be played.
No, because that Dharamshala will not be able to host the third test match.
Yeah, and it will be in Indore only.
No, because he had asked. He said, so basically when Rahul and the team came here to play that ODI in Indore, he had seen the wicket and he had already told the people, the officials in the MPCA, that you get ready for the third test match. It will be moved to this place and you get the venue ready for the third test match. So they were all ready. They said...
No, the one other thing I'm hearing is that because Indore also has the red clay, but they also have the black soil too. So they had a choice. There were different pitches available. I was reading somewhere. They could have gone with the red clay pitch, but the black soil pitch. So I think the team management asked for the black soil pitch. Keeps low, exactly. They said that we prefer the black soil. We don't want the red clay. So then you were all talking about the
run making will be difficult.
True. Yeah. So we were all talking about the two test matches where fast bowlers picked up wicket, Umesh Yadav picked up wickets, batting was good. That was a red clay pitch. You're not going to get that. So it may not play like the Indore pitch that we got used to in the first two test matches. So that is what I was also reading. Few super chats have come in. Let's take that quickly. Shane, what is Rohan Verma saying?
Rohan Verma says that today's New Zealand's one-run victory tells us how important KL Rahul, the player, is to India. His one run of 14 balls was priceless.
This is naughty. He's just being naughty, Rohit. Okay. Sumed Bhatt Vadekar. Oh, he's back. He's saying he sent another 40 rupees. Got his salary, but ठीक है यार. Don't have to send too many. He's saying cricket analytics का course भी कर रहा हूँ. Is there a course like that?
There are courses now. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh yes.
Things have moved.
You must have seen SportsTak, no? They are one of the sponsors on SportsTak.
Wow.
The name.
Good thing they don't watch this platform also.
Saurav Mukherjee kya keh rahe hain? Is Bumrah's injury a blessing in disguise given India won't go to the WTC final with a passenger in the team? Maybe Siraj gets his deserved. But Siraj and Shami would have anyways played.
Yeah, Bumrah would have been the third choice.
Would have been the third fast bowler.
And you would have needed one and over.
No, but if let's say his point is, let's say Bumrah had been fit and played a few whatever, I don't know, domestic games or anything, you take him for the World Test Championship final. Won't he start?
IPL, if he played in the IPL, then Bumrah.
He would have started.
But again, Nikhil, now that he's going for a surgery, I think he'll be out for 8 to 12 weeks just to recover from the surgery.
Yeah.
And then I think the World Cup is also going to be touch and go. But remember, fast bowlers post surgeries, it's never
the same.
And with the kind of bowling action that he has. Secondly, I don't think he will ever play Test cricket again.
True.
Yeah, that
I don't think
Bada bayan you gave yesterday.
Yeah.
Bada bayan.
Never. 10 overs again, the World Cup, you will have to space him well enough in that World Cup. 4 overs, maybe he would want to continue if he can. See, two of the brightest players that you had, Rishabh Pant and Jasprit Bumrah, they're sitting out. And unfortunately, because of injuries, their careers are on line.
Very sad. Just on the subject of pitch, because we started the discussion and you said that maybe one lesson we can learn from the New Zealand thing is have good pitches. What was very interesting, and Rahul can tell us a bit more about, what was very interesting, I heard the Rohit Sharma press conference, and to one point he answers about the 4th test match that will be played in Ahmedabad, to which Rohit Sharma says that, you know what, there is a good possibility that we'll ask for a fast green track in Ahmedabad. Because and he says that in the press conference, because if you win this test match, you're up 3-0, and which means you qualify for the World Test Championship, you're assured of the qualification. And so to prepare for the World Test Championship, Ahmedabad, the same venue where you saw those test matches versus England, I think the most spin friendly track that you got in India, or we were expecting you'd get in this series, would be in Ahmedabad. That same venue will get a fast green track, which means you can prepare those kind of tracks, so you can prepare those kind of situations. But then of course India will only choose to do that if you win this game. And it's not something that's a conjecture or I'm making it up. These are his exact same words in the press conference. Am I right, Rahul?
Yeah, he did say that.
What do you make of that? Fast track coming your way.
Well, I think he's just saying that. Again,
You think again there'll be a...
Oh yeah, the World Test Championship final is in June. This test match starts on the 9th of March.
Correct.
So how can this test match be preparation for the WTC final?
But he said it, your captain said it. He said we'll get a green pitch prepared in Ahmedabad.
I have my doubts.
I don't remember if he used the word green pitch. I can't remember, but he did say that we'll try and get the conditions, or at least the wicket, similar to what we might find in oval. So obviously it will be difficult, but yeah, as far as the selection is concerned, and also there's too much of a gap between the last test match and the World Test Championship. So the 4th test match will happen from 9th to 12th. And then the World Test Championship is on 7th of June. 7th or what? Is in June. So there's too much of a gap. Whatever you do, you will have to unlearn and learn again. So that's quite a lot.
Acha, there is a question. You had a question? No.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, we've talked a lot about the pitch, and a lot of those pictures also surfaced. One of the things, of course, Rahul, like you've been saying all along, that the pitch largely does look very dry on both the ends. But there was a fair bit of green tinge as well that I could see in one of the pictures. Has that been trimmed down now, or
No,
that's in the center.
That's at the center. That you will see. In fact, if you have noticed, it was there in Nagpur
Delhi.
also. It was there in Delhi also.
Correct. Delhi, Nagpur, everywhere it was there. That's of no use. It's dry where the playing area is. There's a question by Davis Cricket. He is saying KL Rahul is the most hated cricketer by sports today. Maybe he should move to Delhi. So pray explain to me, if he moves to Delhi, how does that change?
Will that make him score test runs?
No,
Then no.
because we are from Delhi. So he's
Insinuating.
His allegation is that we are being parochial.
Oh my God. Then he should...
I'm not even, technically I'm from Bengal, so no, let's not go there.
He's not seen our discussions on some Delhi players also.
Yeah, not like we're very kind to them either.
Yeah. Davis Cricket.
Also, one thing, Rahul, very quickly, if we can just talk a little bit about the Australian side as well. Anything you could notice in their practice sessions? I hope they were sweeping a lot lesser in the sessions, maybe.
Well, that was something that Steve Smith was asked on an individual basis. Well, he said that we have to be a little careful and with what deliveries to sweep and what not to. Today, in fact, they were there. For them, I honestly feel it could be a blessing in disguise. Although everybody would want to have a bowler like Pat Cummins in their ranks. But maybe this could be a blessing in disguise. A, Mitchell Starc comes in, and B, Cameron Green also comes back into the side. But now the question is, will they let go of a batter?
From my side. Achha, I have one last question. Test
can
match
ask
starts. No, from my side.
You can ask two also.
No, just one. The test match starts tomorrow, 1st of March.
Yeah.
Rahul, will you be back by the night of 4th?
Night of
Or
that's
the third.
No, my 4th.
fourth, of course.
No, because
Fourth, of course.
Rahul, 4th.
I am
will you be
expecting this test match to last at least 4 days. Even if the test match does get over, I hope it gets over on the 4th day.
back? 4th day, na?
4th.
Do check out the flights, mate. Because on the 5th, we've got the Mana Rachna quarterfinal. 9 o'clock in the morning.
Fourth, 100%.
And we're playing Maruti Suzuki.
What is that? What is the content?
Maruti, and I mean, we've been.
Achha, there is a history.
Maruti, you know, na? They've won Mana Rachna so many times.
Yeah.
Of late, their team is also. So we have the upper hand over them. But they've won Mana Rachna 5-6 times.
Oh.
It's like our own team,
That's RWDC.
Kaptan Sahab, 5th,
Let's
Sunday
see.
morning.
Fourth, 100% for
No, if
me,
they-
it's over.
Eh?
Fourth, I am expecting the match to get over.
Yeah. You can
But
book
if it
your,
does get over on
flight
4th,
ticket for 4th,
I'll be back only on
evening, night, whatever. 100%. It'll be done. By the way, since I was talking about that, that fast pitch in Ahmedabad, what Rohit also said, if that happens, then someone like Shardul will come into play. Though then he adds that I don't know how fit or ready he will be for that match since he's just gotten married.
Yeah.
But because then they will, so they're even looking at removing a spin all-rounder out of the team and getting a fast bowling all-rounder. That is something that the team is thinking about. He mentioned Shardul Thakur, I remember. That was great insight in trying to understand that how the nature of Indian pitches can change depending on where the series stands at that time. So,
And what extent, what permutations and combinations they are thinking of as well. You never thought that Shardul again.
no, World Test Championship, we'll have to look at him. Huh? But how do you get an all-rounder?
Exactly.
Hardik's not playing.
Hardik has not been playing Test cricket in forever. He's your next best option, really, Shardul.
So that is not an option. Chale, is there any question?
चल लेते हैं मेरे खिलाफ.
Okay, see you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you for your company. Take care. Vanakkam.